In this video, guys, we're going to talk about percentage returns as a trader. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to you traders. Okay, let's discuss percentage returns. Let's talk about the numbers we can expect as a trader. And let's talk about a little bit why I think it's flawed to think of things in percentage returns. Let's say, for example, we have the ability to trade on margin, right? So we can have 10 grand in our account, we can have 100 grand in our account, we can be risking 200 pounds per trade, 500 pounds per trade. It doesn't really matter. You know, the point is, because the margin is available to us, percentage returns become a little bit meaningless. And let me show you an example why. Let's say we start off with 200 pounds in our account, right? We've got 200 pounds in it, and the spread betting firm, the CFD firm, says you're allowed to use all of that as risk capital. You've got a massive amount of margin because you're trading something like a currency pair. So you can risk 200 pounds or as close to 200 pounds, your total account amount on a trade. Okay, you can move that 200 to 400 to 1500 to 5,000. All of a sudden you're talking 2,500% return. Sounds crazy, right? But let's just look at how it's relatively simple it is to have that return. So let's say we have 200 pounds risk. That's 25 winners will give us that. So let's put it into perspective. We're not going to have 25 winners in a row. Let's assume we took 75 trades. 50 of those were winners. 25 of those are losers. That's giving us a 67% hit rate. A little bit on the high side, but pretty feasible when you're in tune and everything's going well. So that's about 3 trades per day if we're actively day trading, and approximately going to get 2 winners and 1 losers for that kind of hit rate. So in 25 days, we are going to have that £5,000 in our account. Now that seems like it's crazy, doesn't it? You think, well, that's just not possible, but the numbers are there. They could see that actually that can happen, and we can make, in 25 days, we can make multiple thousands of percent. So what's the story of this? The point is, guys, is that capital is a tool. You know, I could do exactly the same trading strategy with this here, which is my strategy, my approach, my risk, but I could be starting out with, you know, £50,000 in my account. Okay, and I'm still risking 200 pounds. Ultimately, I could still get to where I am and still make my 10%. I could start with £500,000 in my account. The point is that the numbers are almost irrelevant. And yes, maybe you have to top up your account a few times and you get, you know, the first trade wrong, the second trade wrong. And I appreciate there's got to be a little bit of almost luck at the beginning to get some headway to build that up to a decent amount so you can stomach some loss. But the point is, it is possible to make these hefty percentage returns. And you know, if you compounded that, it would just be a ludicrous number. So the point is, guys, is that it's about using capital as a tool. Forget about your percentage returns. Just understand that, you know, as a trader, we're not really looking for, not always, some traders accept that, you know, if you're using swing trading, you're looking percentage, then that's fine. That's one way of looking at it. But for a lot of us, it's a tool. It's okay, listen, this is my risk capital per trade, and I expect to make many multiple times that when my trade is right. So, you know, for each trade you're getting, you know, whatever it is, a 300% return on your risk, because that's just the way we're doing it. And some people like to kind of stop you blowing up by saying, okay, well, you only risk 1% of your account size, and that's prudent risk management. We're not talking about risk management here. We're just talking about, hey, percentage returns and how relatively simple it is to get high percentage returns that look really good, when in reality it's just doing the job as a trader. You know, when you think about most people, you know, if you can get 100% return on your capital, and you've got a reasonable amount of capital as an active trader, that's a pretty good number to shoot for. I think that, you know, if you're not risking too much and you're not kind of going crazy and risking, you know, a lot at the beginning, and that's a bigger number to start with, 100% return is feasible. You can see how it is. At the end of the day, guys, we're in this to make money. We're in this to kind of you know, grow our account to a decent size. We're not really, most of us are not really in this game just to make a steady percentage return from it. We're in it to kind of really make a lot of money. We accept there's a lot of risk with it, and that is obviously, that's the yin and yang of trading. There's a heavy amount of risk for it, but for taking that risk, we do expect to make many multiples of our money back, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So that's just kind of what I wanted to say about percentage returns. And, you know, let's not get caught up in it. If someone's saying they're making massive amounts of percentage returns, you know, so what? we can see this is very, very easily done. Any of us could do, and probably many of you have done as well, this kind of returns from stuff. The percentage returns makes no difference. It's all about, how much you're risking, how much you're prepared to risk, and kind of growing your account steadily and being sensible about it, but then knowing when to press when the opportunity's there. We're not in the investing world, guys. We're in the world of making as much money as possible for as little risk as possible, and that means pressing when we have the opportunities, and recognizing we're using capital as a tool, and all the other things that we talked about in trading, and keeping understanding what we're actually trying to achieve as traders. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on percentage returns. Let me know your comments in the comment section below, and as always, take care. Keep the risk managed, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.